Alright, welcome to episode 3 of Resident Evil 4. Haven't been able to play in a couple days. I'm very excited to continue from here. Let's do it. I remember those. This is very fun because everything is plenty familiar. It hasn't been, I guess 7 or 8 years is a while, but it's not so long that, especially with a game I played as much as this, everything still feels pretty familiar. But what I can't remember is how, like, areas connect. Very nice. So I never really know what's up ahead. I can't remember until I see an area and then like memories start coming back, but I have no idea where I'm headed right now. Right now I'm headed to
that might interest you.
the best merchant that's
Got
ever
a
been.
selection of good things. What are you selling?
Okay, let's sell all the
Is that all,
TMP ammo.
stranger? Is that all? Thank you.
I could probably sell. It was a little bit of an impulse buy when I got that scope. There's really no need for that scope. I think I'll sell it, make room in my inventory.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
A little bit of buyer's remorse there. I'm terrible about having buyer's remorse for anything. I don't like to spend money in my life, but I tend to go too hard when I get into something, or if I decide there's like a specific thing I want, I do that thing where I just start off saying, I'm just going to get something, practical, not too much. I don't think there's anything you can do with these rubies. I've already sold one, I hope not. I hope I'm not missing. I don't know. I can't remember. Alright, that I think I can just sell. This is like the beer stein, where I can add things to it. Definitely gonna sell that. I may hold on to this just in case. But I'm pretty sure. No, I'm just gonna do it. If I'm screwing up, whatever.
Thank you.
2300, that doesn't sell for as much as I thought, but
Is that all?
I've been carrying it around, so might as well get something out of it. I think that's good. But yeah, I tend to go a little overboard when I do decide I want something. So, for instance, I bought an LG C1 65-inch OLED TV not too long ago, a few months ago, and I love it. It's amazing. It spoiled me, but not a day goes by when I don't walk into my house and go, man, that was real dumb. You shouldn't have bought that.
What are you buying?
So I don't know that the joy that I get from it is outweighing the remorse that I feel for spending the money on it that I did. And I've got a couple other things like that that I've had for a very long time, and I still shake my head at myself for allowing myself to kind of start on the treadmill of doing research and then ending up with like the very best in the class of thing that I was wanting. So I could only get that one upgrade. I guess at certain points in the game you unlock access to more upgrades. But yes, my most recent hobby and thing that I spent a little too much time and money on probably has been fountain pens, which is a weird one. Not something I ever thought I'd be into, but I've really enjoyed it. I've even thought about doing a video showing off my small collection. I haven't like got into you can get into some real crazy expensive pens in the fountain pen hobby. And if you've never looked into that hobby, it sounds like the craziest thing ever. But it's very satisfying. It's a very rewarding hobby, I think, because it motivates me to write more, and I enjoy writing and making lists and things like that. But I've always had really terrible handwriting, so it's kind of silly that somebody has really awful handwriting has gotten into the hobby of collecting fancy pens. But after getting a couple pens, I started getting a couple different types of ink, and then looking into like I don't know, just different colors and inks with different properties. And at some point there's going to be a snake in one of these boxes. So now I have different types of waterproof inks, and I've got nope. I've got like, I probably have 8 or 10 different bottles of ink, and at least 6 different pens now that all have different tips on them, and they write differently. And it's again, that's one of those things that I pass by it now and then, and I say, "You're an idiot for getting into this hobby and spending any money at all." And then I have other times when I go look at my little collection and I decide I want to make a list. Lately, I've been writing ideas for baby names. My wife is 8 months pregnant, so we're getting down to the wire here, expecting a baby, and we don't have a name picked out yet. We don't know what gender it's going to be, so I'm having to come up with ideas for boy names and girl names. And my kind of nightly hobby recently has been just sitting down and doing research, looking up. I try to think of the most like random ways to generate lists of names that will kind of give me ideas for names. Sometimes I just write the alphabet and I try to like come up with something unique. I love dynamite ganados. Oh man. Okay. I don't remember how to solve this. So there's 2 options. I can either just sit here and press buttons until something finally works, or I can backtrack and try to remember how to solve it. I feel like, let's see how many medallions I have. There's one back here in the corner, it looks like. Oh, it's back there where I just was. I think the answer's down here somewhere. But yeah, I've been trying to come up with like lists of names for our unborn baby. So I'll type in things like lists of archaeologists in the 1800s, or something like real specific like that, and try to find just some article or whatever and just skim it. Okay, hang on. I think that it's on these. So ZZ MM VV. Okay. ZMV, I think, is the ones you want lit up, because those are the only gravestones that are in pairs. I think that's right. I think that's how you know what it needs to be. So let's see if we have all these Z, M, and V. Now, how do we actually make this work? So 1, 2, 3. would be V. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. 1, 2. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I go 1, 2, 3, that's going to turn this one off. If I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, let's try this. 1, 2, 3. 3 turns that one. So I need, okay, these are both right. I need this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 would turn this off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This is probably way easier than I'm making it. The last puzzle was super easy and it kicked my tail for just a second. Oh, no. That was a bad job, I think. Now I just kind of want to see if I can light them all up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Alright, so now I have to turn off so many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 3. 4. 4. I think this is it. Hey. I do not feel proud about how long that took me. Yeah, so names. Baby names. Baby names are stressful. If you've ever named a baby, let me know how you did it. I refuse to look at like baby name lists and things. So yeah, I'm just coming up with like, or I'll type in like stuff that I don't even care about. I forgot to hit the pendant over there. Stuff that I don't care about at all. Like I'll type in, I'll just like brainstorm. I'll just let my mind wander and I'll type in like basketball players in the 1960s, or I'll look at like a photo of a bunch of basketball cards or any sport, baseball, whatever, from just some random decade, and again, just to get name ideas. I'm not necessarily looking for like a specific name. I just want a name to like hit me in the right way, and then I'll take that and like work with different spellings and things. And so I've been doing that and using my fountain pens too.
Leon, have you reached the church yet?
I think I'm supposed to go to the door of the church.
Sort of.
Leon, did I mention not to take the scenic route? At any rate, Ashley's probably...
I've been ignoring her. I'll show you why. I'm just gonna let her say whatever she wants to say this time.
Hunnigan, it's Leon. The door's locked. I can't get in.
Didn't they teach you how to pick locks at the academy?
Yeah. There's some sort of indentation, like something might fit inside.
Well, there's no use standing around. Leon, you have to find some way or something to get inside.
That's why I skip Hunnigan. Every moment when she is talking is 100% not worth your time. Why don't you not do it? Why don't you get off my bridge? Thanks. Two more. There's one. One more. They're all right here. Close together. Boom. Excelente. There we go. I've been waiting on that. There's our mimic chests. The equivalent of a mimic chest. Pretty excellent stuff. I forgot about Luis. We definitely team up with him again, or for the first time, at some point here in the future. For anybody that cares, if there is anybody, I don't think I've actually said, so if you shoot them in the foot, it may not make sense when you see somebody shooting in this game. If you shoot them in the foot, it usually brings them straight down like that. The knee sometimes can. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I just know I think the foot is better than the knee. Sometimes it takes 2 shots in the knees. And then the head also is a critical spot that can allow you to kick or potentially just kill them in 1 shot. Which, when we get those upgrades on this pistol, we'll be doing a lot more of. Uh-oh. Don't scare the crows. Shh. What do I have? I think anything will kill them. Heck yes. And I got my flashbang back. Excellent. Okay. I do not want to throw that. What am I doing? I need to be smart. Wait a minute. Can you combine ammo? No. So you actually have to equip the gun to reload. Excellent. And now I will do this one, because I hear weird sounds and I feel like this is a boss fight. I love that reload animation on this gun, but in this version, for some reason it looks a little like shaky, or I don't know, something about the upgraded res looks to me like it kind of jacked it up. What do I want to do here though? We'll just see what it is. I think I know, but probably need to heal before whatever it is attacks me. But it might be more fun to do it hurt. Let's see. Well, maybe it's later. Maybe it's later when I fight here. Sound design in this game is excellent. Just the ambient sounds and the enemy sounds. If there's anything in this game that makes it scary at all, it is the enemy sounds. There's several enemies that have pretty terrifying sounds, especially like this when you can't see them. Like, I wouldn't say this is the best. This is a pretty standard low growl, pretty menacing, but there's a few enemies later. The regenerators, there's a few that are pretty terrifying if you can't see them, but you can hear them. Alright, so hang on, what is this other door? Oh. Merchants again. At some point, I don't think this is it, but at some point, he's hiding in a little cave, and you can get down. You can get into his shop. Sorry, buddy.
Got some rare thing.
Yeah, I can take
What are
the
you buying?
Punisher for free, which not much different than the base handgun, but the exclusive upgrade allows you to shoot through multiple enemies and through things like shields. It's fairly useful, but only in certain situations. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put it in the box, and then I'm gonna immediately
Thank you. What are
sell
you
it right back to
selling?
him for 15k. I'll take that.
Ah.
And
Thank
then
you.
I want to see.
What are you buying?
So I still can't upgrade anymore here. I don't know if I want to upgrade this or not. I definitely don't want to upgrade the shotgun. I'm going to replace the shotgun for sure. I'm not opposed to keeping this for the entire game, but I'm not positive. So I'm just going to hang on to my monies right now, see what I can buy.
What are you buying?
Probably could use some of that, but cannot buy it, so nope. Don't plan on using a rocket launcher at all. It pretty much one-shots anything, including all bosses, and it's not that fun. So I'm good. I'm good for now. Alright, I feel like I need to make some progress. I've been in kind of chill talking mode, and when I talk while I'm playing games, I tend to not do either one well. I'm uh-oh. X. I couldn't remember again what it is. And then I think it's left and right mouse button. Oh, no. Wow, I got really lucky there. It switched it up on me, X and C. Good job, brain. Good job, brain, processing that. Let's see. Don't really remember. Oh, there's a snake. There's a snake boy. Why don't I pop that? Why don't you come on this way? And I'll pop this. Just because I feel like it. Even though I do not need to. Let's use this. Wait a minute. Is this just the normal scope? Or is it glitched out from where I combined it earlier and then sold it? This seems like it's zooming farther than the normal scope does. I did sell that scope, right? Yeah. I don't know, honestly. Oh, did I miss him? Oh, wow. Nope, they're just beefier. They're just beefier than they were. Nope. Golden egg. I've been waiting on one of those. Not today, snake. Can't get hit anymore. I need to be a little bit careful here. Golden egg times 2. Things are looking up. Let's go ahead and pop one of those. I'm a protein now. I'm feeling better about it. I do think this is the most inaccurate handgun, technically. As far as like the drift that you get. Wonderful. Probably no reason to do this, really. But I do like shooting people. Saw that coming. I want to go in that room. Let's go ahead and do this. I feel real terrible right now. I'm not on my game today. I'm expecting the stagger. Man. One more hit and I'm done. Alright, that was awful. That was... There was no reason for me to fight those people. And there's definitely no reason for me to let them just kick my ass all over the place, so. It'd be like that sometimes. No, no. Oh, how did that not kill me? I can't believe that didn't just kill me. I thought for sure I was a goner. I deserve it, honestly. No idea how I'm alive. Because I had no health and then that snake hit me, and I guess they don't do much damage. Maybe they're just mostly for jump scares, but... Okay, well after that embarrassing sequence of events. Let's... Give me you, snake. I don't think they attack you once they're out. Let's see what we have in here. I bet I missed some things up in the trees in that area. I wasn't looking up enough. Buddy cop number 2.
Vámonos. Ok, ándale.
another pretty memorable moment. Only because the first time that you're right here and you see that, I just feel like you can't help but be terrified to go near this water now. Which is exactly what it wants you to feel. And therefore, it's very exciting to wonder about what is going to take place when you do get to that water. Oh, nice. Wonderful. Yellow herbs make me happy. And I'm doing so bad at actually keeping my stuff organized, but I'm still not going to worry about it too much. I think for the moment. Until I decide if I'm going to keep that rifle or not. Okay, I'll show you a little trick. You remember earlier when we went fishing for that large fish? You can do a similar thing here and potentially catch an even bigger fish. Before you get on the boat, just come out here and see a few small fish around. We want to take a few shots at them. And then, if you're lucky,